dropped your keys on the counter, like you've been holding your breath all day. I could tell by the way you kept your coat on that something heavy got stuck to you somewhere between the office and the parking lot. I asked what was wrong and you said nothing, but your voice cracked in that small, quiet way you only do when you're trying not to cry. So I didn't push, I just stood there with you in the middle of our kitchen, both of us waiting for the words to feel safe enough to show up. You finally whispered, I don't feel like myself lately, and I swear something inside me broke open right then. Not because you were falling apart, but because you finally let me see it. And it hit me hard, how long you've been carrying things alone, how I've been right beside you and somehow missed the weight. I wasn't trying to fail you, but I did, and I didn't even realize half of my heart was missing until I saw you standing there, trying to stay strong when you shouldn't have had to. We sat on the couch with the lights off, your knees pulled up, my hand hovering near yours, like I was afraid to touch you wrong. You told me you felt tired in a way sleep didn't fix, like the world kept asking for more than you had left. And I remembered all the times I thought you were just quiet, not realizing silence was your shield. All the nights you said I'm fine, and I believed you because I wanted to. You weren't fine, you were drowning in plain sight. I brushed your hair behind your ear and it said, you don't have to be the strong one here. Your shoulders dropped, maybe for the first time in weeks, and it hit me again, how easily love gets lost between what we say and what we mean. How you've been asking for help without knowing how to ask. I should have seen it sooner, I should have known, but I'm here now, and I'm not going anywhere because half of my heart was missing, and I didn't even notice until you showed me the empty space. So let me sit with you through the quiet, through the heavy, through the days that feel like lifting mountains. You don't have to explain it, I just wanna stay. You've carried enough alone. Let me take a piece of the weight so you can breathe again. Yeah, it hit me how much you've been fighting just to make it through the day, but you're not alone, not now, not ever again. If you don't wanna be, I'll hold whatever breaks in your hands and whatever shakes in your voice, because loving you is the one thing I never wanna overlook again. And I'm here for all of it, for you. Yeah, for all of it, for you. I found your old sweater in the back of the closet today, the one you wore on that night. We fought about absolutely nothing and somehow everything. I held it like it was fragile, like the fabric might blame me too. Funny how the smallest things hold the loudest memories. I sat on the floor and the room went quiet, in that way memories do, when they're too heavy to carry but too honest to ignore. And all I could think was, God, how did I not see what was slipping away? You didn't need me to be perfect, You just needed me to pay attention, and I didn't. Not when it mattered. If I could go back, I'd answer you the first time you said I feel alone. If I could go back, I'd stay in the room instead of shutting down. I'd hold your face instead of my pride. I'd fight for us instead of winning arguments that cost me everything. If I could go back, I'd love you out loud, not quietly, not someday, but right then when you needed me most. I replay the little moments, the ones I brushed off, thinking we had forever. How you stood in the doorway with tears you tried to blink away because I said something careless, and I was too stubborn to say I was wrong. Or the night you cooked dinner and I came home late, too tired, too distracted, too wrapped up in my own world to notice yours was falling apart right beside me. You weren't asking for miracles, you just wanted me present. You wanted to matter, and I made you feel small in a life you helped me build. I thought love was safe if I didn't show how much I needed you. I thought distance was strength, I thought silence was easier than honesty. I was wrong about all of it. If I could go back, I'd sit beside you instead of across from you. I'd listen, really listen. When your voice went soft and tight, I'd say I'm sorry before the damage found its roots. If I could go back, I'd choose you. Every single moment, I chose my pride instead. Whoa, I still catch myself reaching for my phone, thinking I can fix it with one good message, one honest apology, one I miss you. But some mistakes don't get second chances, some endings are earned, and I earned this one careless moment at a time. Sometimes regret isn't a lesson, it's a home you live in after they're gone. Possibility, I'd say the things I hid behind silence. I'd hold you like I understood how rare you were. But I can't go back, I can only sit here with the truth of it. You were the right person, and I was too late to be the right man. It didn't hit me all at once. There wasn't some moving moment. No fireworks, no dramatic heart drop. It was Tuesday. I came home later than I meant to. Tired, drained, head full of things that didn't matter, but felt heavy anyway. You were on the couch with a blanket around your shoulders, hair messy, half asleep, waiting for me without saying you were waiting. And I don't know, something about that just reached me quietly, softly, honestly. That's when I knew she's the one. Not because she's perfect, not because she says the right thing, but because being near her feels like letting out a breath. I didn't know I was holding. She's the one. Because the world gets quieter when she's close. You make space for me in ways I never knew I needed. You listen like you're trying to understand, not like you're waiting for your turn to speak. You care in small ways, put a hand on my back when I'm overthinking, leaving the porch light on. Even when you're mad, making sure the house feels warm. When I've had a long day, no one ever did that for me before. And that's when it clicked. Love isn't loud, it's steady, it's patient, it's showing up over and over. In the little moments, she's the one. She's the one. Not because the stars said so, not because fate lined us up like some grand plan, but because she chooses me even on the days I don't deserve it. But because she's the one, feels like safety, like truth. If you asked me to explain it, I couldn't. It's not logical, not poetic. It's just this quiet knowing in the center of my chest that says, you don't run from this, you stay. Final lines, so yeah, she's the one. Not because forever is guaranteed, but because right now and every day I've had with her feels like the kind of love people spend their whole lives hoping to find. Ooh. And I found mine in the way she says my name, like I matter. I still remember the last night you sat on the edge of the bed, picking at the thread on your sleeve, like you were unraveling right in front of me. You said, I don't know who we are anymore, and I pretended not to hear, even though the words hit me harder than anything you said in years. I reached for you, but my hand stopped in the air, unsure if touching you would make things better or break you completely. That hesitation, that was the moment I should have known. We were all like I was someone you used to trust, someone you used to run to, and now couldn't even talk to without breaking. And I swear that was the last time I really saw your eyes, before the light drained out, before the distance moved in, before we both became strangers in the same room. You didn't leave all at once, you faded, and I didn't chase you fast enough to bring you back. We still talk, we still ate dinner, we still went through the motions of people who remembered how to love each other once. But every laugh felt borrowed, every touch felt rehearsed, and your smile, God, your smile looked like something you wore instead of something you felt. I kept thinking, if I just held on tighter, I could keep us together. But all I did was squeeze the life out of the pieces that were already slipping through my hands. Ooh, you stopped asking me to meet you halfway, and I stopped noticing. You stopped asking. Sometimes heartbreak isn't loud, sometimes it's quiet, a slow leak. No one notices until everything's empty. And I swear that was the last time I really saw your eyes, before you learned to hide the hurt, before I learned to pretend I didn't see it. You were begging for something I didn't know how to give, and by the time I figured it out, you'd already stepped one breath too far away. People think heartbreak happens when someone walks out the door, but mine happened months before you left. It happened the night I said, "Are you okay?" And you said yeah, and I believed you, because it was easier than facing the truth. It happened in the silence we drowned in, instead of feeling. It happened when we stopped looking at each other like we were home, and started looking like we were tired. So here I am, sitting in the life we built, trying to picture your face, the way it looked when you still loved me out loud. But all I see is that last night, your eyes dim, your voice soft, your heart already halfway gone. Yeah, that was the last time I saw your eyes before I lost you. Not to someone else, not to anger, just to the distance I didn't bridge when you needed me most. It was one of those days where everything felt a little off angle. The dishes in the sink, emails unanswered, the plant you swore you'd keep alive, finally giving up by the window. I came home late again, smelling like rain and bus exhaust, keys too loud in the lock, heart too tight in my chest. You were at the table with your laptop closed, hands around a mug. You weren't drinking, eyes red in that way you always blame on allergies. You didn't say hi, you said, "Are we okay?" And my stomach dropped because I'd been waiting for that question and dreading it at the exact same time. I sat down across from you, the wood between us suddenly feeling like miles. There were 1,000 things I could have said. That work was killing me, that I was stressed, that I was tired, that I'd been trying my best. But the truth is I hadn't been trying my best with you. I'd been giving the world the version of me that should have been yours. So I just said, I don't know. Your face did that quiet fall, that slow motion collapse people don't write songs about because it's not dramatic enough. But it gutted me, it absolutely gutted me. You stared at the table, ran your thumb along a scratch in the wood, like you were tracing the fault line in what we'd built. And I thought, if she leaves tonight, I deserve it. But another thought followed, just as strong, just as loud. I don't want her to. So I said, can we not fix this in one fight? Can we stay long enough to really look at it? You swallowed hard like the word stay was heavier than anything else in the room. I told you I know I've been gone even when I'm here. I know I've been hiding behind screens and excuses, but I don't want to lose the one person who feels like home just because I was scared to admit I don't know how to do this right. I reached across the table, hands shaking more than I'd like to admit, and said, if this is the night we break, let it also be the night we stay. You didn't take my hand right away. You just breathed one long, quiet, shaky breath that felt like a lifetime. Then you said you hurt me. Not screamed, not accused, just stated it like weather, like gravity, like something obvious I'd refuse to acknowledge. I know I said, the words burned coming out, I know I did. I made you feel small in a life we promised we'd build big together. I checked out and called it stress. I ignored you and called it just needing space. Your eyes filled, but the tears didn't fall yet. You were still holding the line between anger and hope. I'm scared, you admitted, not just of losing you, of staying and losing myself. And there it was, the thing under the thing, the truth I'd made you carry alone for months. You told me how you'd been shrinking your needs down to what you thought I'd tolerate, how you'd been translating your loneliness into I'm just tired, because you didn't want to start another fight. You said I shouldn't have to set myself on fire to keep our house warm. I swear I felt something in me crack open at those words. All the defense, all the pride, all the ways I'd been trying to protect my ego. Instead of your heart, they just fell apart. I moved my my chair, slow, dragging it around the table until I was beside you, not across from you. I didn't touch you yet. I asked, can I? You nodded barely, so I put my hand on yours, and for the first time in weeks, you didn't pull away. I can't promise, I said, that I'll never hurt you again. I'm human and I am stupid enough to forget what matters when the world gets loud. But I can promise I won't pretend I'm not doing it. I can promise I'll let you call me out, and I'll stay in the room when you do. I can promise I'll learn how to love you in the language you actually speak, not just the one I'm comfortable with. I looked you in the eyes, really look past the tired, past the guarded, past the I'm fine, and said, I don't want the easy version of us. I want the real one, the one that costs something, the one we fight for. If you're willing, I want this to be the night we choose to stay. You finally let the tears fall, and it wrecked me in the best possible way, because it meant you were still here. You leaned your head against my shoulder like your body remembered something your mind was still unsure of. In that moment I realized how close we'd come to losing everything in the name of nothing. Not cheating, not betrayal, just neglect, just silence, just two people slowly backing away from the center without saying it out loud. We